There's something I've been noticing more clearly throughout the day. At any moment, I can pause and ask, what state am I in right now? Not what I'm thinking, not what's happening, just what state. And most of the time, it comes down to two. Either there's tension, everything feels a little tighter, a little more urgent, thoughts move faster. There's a sense of needing to fix something, respond to something, figure something out, or there's space. Nothing is being pushed. Things feel more open, more manageable. There's no need to rush into a response. And what's been interesting is noticing how different everything looks depending on that state. In one state, the same situation can feel heavy, complicated, like something needs to be solved right away. And in another, nothing about the situation has changed, but it doesn't feel the same. There's more clarity, more distance, more choice. So instead of trying to fix what I'm thinking in that moment, what's been more useful is just noticing the state first. Because when the state shifts, everything else shifts with it. And most of the time, that shift doesn't come from thinking differently. It comes from coming back to the body, stepping away, moving, walking, letting the system settle from the inside instead of trying to solve it from the head. And I've started to notice how easy it is to stay in that mental loop. Everything moves fast. Thoughts keep going. There's always something to process. But when everything stays there, it becomes harder to access anything deeper. And the moment attention comes back to the body, something changes. The state shifts first, and then everything else follows. And it's not always about what's happening right now. It's something that's already there, something I'm still holding. Resentment, frustration, things that haven't fully moved through. Even when the moment is small, the response carries more weight. And I started to notice what that does. It creates tension again. Even when nothing is happening, the system is still holding something. And from that place, it's harder to stay open, harder to stay present. Sometimes what's being held doesn't come from now. It can come from much earlier. Things that didn't fully make sense, things that felt unfair. Over time, that turns into something quieter. Not always obvious, but still there. And it doesn't always show up directly. Sometimes it just feels like tension, resistance, or something not fully settled. And I've started to see it's not always about understanding it or explaining it. Sometimes it's just about recognizing that something is still being held, because holding it doesn't change anything outside, but it changes how everything feels inside. And over time, it becomes clear. Holding resentment is like carrying something that only I am feeling. So the release isn't for them, it's for me. Not to forget, not to justify, but to stop holding it in the body. And when that starts to loosen, something else happens. There's less tension, less weight, and the same situation doesn't feel the same.